You know, from the smartphone that's probably in your hand right now to the car you drive, we are just surrounded by stuff that, well, it just works. But that's not an accident, not by a long shot. It's all thanks to two super powerful but kind of invisible forces: quality assurance and quality control. So let's pull back the curtain on this whole unseen system.
I mean, really think about it. How does a company make sure that every single item that rolls off the production line is just as good as the last one? The answer, it turns out, is in two terms that sound almost the same but are actually worlds apart: QA and QC.
Okay, this right here, this is the key. This simple little metaphor is going to be our guide for this whole explainer. If you can just remember that quality assurance is the architect and quality control is the building inspector, you've pretty much nailed the core idea. And trust me, their jobs are very, very different.
So let's really dig into that difference. This isn't about which one is better or more important. It's all about how these two totally distinct roles have to work together to make something great. One designs the whole system, and the other inspects the final result.
This slide really lays it all out, nice and clear. So you've got quality assurance, or QA. It's all about the process. Its goal is to prevent defects before they even happen. It's proactive. Then you have quality control, or QC. That's all about the product. Its job is to identify defects. It's reactive. See the difference? One builds a great system, the other checks the final product.
So let's start with our architect, quality assurance. I want you to think of QA as the master planner, right? The one who designs the entire blueprint for quality before a single thing even gets made.
Okay, so if we look at the official definition, it sounds a little textbooky. But the key words that should jump out at you are planned and systematic. QA isn't about just doing random checks here and there. No way. It's a carefully designed system that gives everyone, from the top brass to you, the customer, confidence that the product is going to do what it promises.
And this right here, this pretty much sums up the entire philosophy of QA. I mean, why would you spend a ton of time and money finding and fixing mistakes when you could just design a process that avoids making them in the first place? It's all about being proactive. It's about stopping problems before they can even start. And QA isn't some plan they make once and then forget about. Oh no, it's a living, breathing system that's always getting better. A classic way to think about this is the Deming wheel. You plan the process, you do the work, you check the results, and then you act to make it even better next time. This cycle makes sure that the architect's blueprint is always getting smarter.
And the architect's job is huge. I mean, the scope of QA goes way beyond just the factory floor. It covers literally everything, from the quality of the raw materials they buy to how the final product gets shipped out to stores. It is a total end-to-end system view.
All right, the architect has designed the system. The blueprints are perfect. Now, it's time to bring in the building inspector, quality control. This is the hands-on, boots-on-the-ground part of the whole deal, and it's all about verifying the actual product.
And yeah, historically, that's exactly what it was. When you think of QC, you can almost picture a laboratory, right? Someone in a white coat. It's all about testing, measuring, and analyzing actual samples. This super specific, focused role is what makes it so different from QA's big-picture, system-wide approach.
The QC process itself is really methodical and direct. First, you grab some samples, either raw materials or the finished goods. Second, you test them against the standards that the architect, QOA, already set out. And third, you make the call. Does it pass or does it fail? It's a clear, simple verdict on the thing itself. To put it as simply as I can, while QA is working its magic to prevent defects, QC's whole job is to find them if they exist. You see? The inspector doesn't design the building, they just make sure it was built exactly according to plan. So, now we've got our architect and our inspector. And they aren't enemies. They are absolutely essential partners. A great product needs both a brilliant plan and a really tough inspection. You just can't have one without the other. This table just sums it all up perfectly. QA is proactive, focused on the process, and it's all about prevention. QC is reactive, focused on the product, and it's all about identification. Put them together and you get a complete system that both builds quality into the process and checks it in the final product.
And in the real world, that's exactly what you'll hear people say, QA/QC. That one term represents that whole integrated effort. It's the architect and the inspector working as one single team to make sure the final building is absolutely perfect. So why does any of this matter to you and me?
Well, because this QA/QC partnership is what builds our trust as customers. It's what makes sure companies meet safety standards. And, it's what separates the brands we love from the ones that, well, don't last very long. It's truly the engine of quality.
So I'll leave you with this one thought. The next time you pick up a product that just feels perfect, it works flawlessly right out of the box, just take a second. Are you going to think of the architect, the one who designed the system to prevent failure? Or are you going to think of the inspector, the one who made sure it met the standard? The truth is, you should probably think of both.